I bring that up because if you find, Jerry, and I hear, I mean, again, I did mention that we have a $1,300 balance in office equipment, so I don't know what the cost is of those air purifiers. Um, but if we do go that route of purchasing it, would it not be a purchase um that would come out of the office equipment line, would it not?
What's that? Oh,
The
the air purifier? Yes,
yes, yes,
yes.
yeah. So
The school is free. The use of the school is free.
okay, so we don't have to purchase any items for the school at all to.
No, he was telling me that his PA systems, or he has two portable PA systems that they use in the auditorium, which is kind of strange that they don't have a better system than that, but that's what they have.
Mhm.
If we have to, we have a $5,000 PA system that's still sitting in the closet at Swing 60s.
Oh, it's gotta be put to use. Okay.
What about some N95 masks? I don't think we ever ordered any masks.
I have a load of masks here.
You got an N95?
Whatever it is that they gave me from the mayor's office as that at that time.
I'm just saying we never ordered any, especially since they said the N95 is better.
So we should think about, I guess you're gonna conduct some sort of inventory and find out what you need to replenish, see how we spend down the supplies and materials. If it doesn't speak to $4,300, we have to come up as a committee or as a board with some ideas of how to reallocate that money so that it goes back to some benefit. The
Well,
community. Mhm.
yeah, it has to. I mean, it can only be used for office supplies and whatnot.
Mhm.
It can't be given to any outside source or anything like that.
No, not outside. But as I said, if we're gonna go back to in person, if there's anything that, if it's like, say, for instance, it's Swinging 60s, if there's anything that they need to, I mean, for when those meetings happen, I mean, I don't know what compensation they get for the use of the space, and I know the school is for free. Um, but if there's anything that they would need that it's not being met with their current budget and I think it would be the right thing to do. I'm just one person. It's just a suggestion.
What about cleaning supplies and hand purifiers, hand washing stuff?
Sure. Phil's not here, right? And Phil would be the person to kind of advise on that. But yeah, I suppose we're gonna have to have a meeting in June to look at this before we close out the fiscal year. And we missed a meeting anyway, so I hope that it's not too burdensome on folks. Printing supplies, $82. Jerry, you're gonna spend that, right?
Well, we wound up attaining a program where we used to have to go to a printer every time there was a change in names on the letterhead, but we were able to attain a program from the last printer we dealt with so that we actually do those changes ourselves. So, I don't foresee any need for any printing supplies at this time between now and the end of the fiscal.
So that's another $82. The $50 in supplies, auto supplies and material. No, right?
Correct. Yeah, we're not using that.
Okay. It looks like we may be looking at some extra money here, Jerry. Not a whole ton of money, but some money. And the fuel supplies as well. So that's 100, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Right. So it's 100 in fuel supplies and 50 in supplies and materials. It's 150, the 82 for the printing. Intracity Storehouse, $8.48. That's a goner.
That's gone. Yeah, you can't get that back.
Mhm. The 70 cents in food. That's 70 cents. What is, can you remind me, Jerry, food and forage supplies, 70 cents?
That's like a miscellaneous code. We don't buy food or anything like that. So, um, trying to remember what we spent $28.30 on.
Mm-hmm. Postage is gone. Cleaning supplies, you're almost there.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
28.30 is food and supplies. That's water. That's the water
Water,
cooler.
yeah. You have 70 cents. You can get another little bottle of water.
That's the water bottles and
The big one?
excuse me.
Yeah,
Those are the
big
big
one?
Demi Johns. Yeah, I'm not sure what, I don't remember what the price is. I'd have to go back and look it up. But I know the rental of the water cooler is $5 a month. So that's
Mhm.
gone. You can't you're not allowed to move cents. You can't mod cents out of a code. It's gone.
Mhm. Of course. Um, $39 in data processing supplies. I think that'll be gone, right? I suspect.
$9 is cleaning.
The $39 is cleaning supplies.
Oh, I'm
the-
sorry. I am
That's okay.
so sorry. Data processing is $170. Are we spending that? You could easily spend the cleaning supplies, that's gonna be a goner. Because you're always gonna need that, especially since
Yeah,
you have
we've
to
been
extra
using more
sanitize
cleaning.
nowadays.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
The data processing supplies. What do you think?
Uh, I don't I don't think we need anything. I think we recently bought some toner cartridges for the machine, but we've been using, it's a tremendous cost savings. We have the computers hooked up to the copy machine
Mm-hmm.
so that when we print something, we're printing off the copy machine, and that price for the copy machine includes toner. So it's a big savings by doing it that way.
Mm-hmm.
We had a big problem with the with Conacher, the company we rent the copy machine from through the city, because they were not billing us. And
Uh-oh.
you know, with the city, it's not like, oh, okay, we saved money because you didn't bill us. It just becomes very complicated when a company that you're getting a service from doesn't bill you, because the city wants to pay its vendors quickly as possible. So we just recently straightened that out. I mean, they accepted total blame for it, but it was just a big problem in getting them to. We were supposed to get a new machine this year. We didn't get the new machine, but nobody in the city got a new machine from them. So the city was able to lock in the same price without any increases. But of course, we kept the same machine, and we're supposed to be getting a new machine soon.
Mm. Those machines, the lifespan is very short. Those, I mean, I don't want to talk about those, but the lifespan is short and they're so expensive. 7064 is, I gotta keep these glasses in line. I don't know if it's the glasses or is the person wearing the glasses. Um,
But
Telephone.
the copy machine
Mhm.
is only $113 a month, and that includes toner. So that's not a bad deal at all that the city got on
No,
that.
no, it is not. It is not. So the $170 is for the expense of the copy machine.
No, the copy machine is $113 a month.
Yes, I understand. We have a balance of
Yep.
170 in data processing supplies. That's not the equipment,
Yeah, no, that's computer
Right.
supplies, incidentals, yeah.
right? So do we think that we're gonna spend that money?
I doubt it.
So that's another, those accruals are also,
Yeah, not in 2 months. We're already, next week is May right away.
yeah, oh, then I really think we need to start thinking about modifying this. 'Cause we're not giving it back. Even if it's $100, we're not giving it back. 170 is the data. Um, and then the next is the 115 telephone equipment. That is what it is. Are we gonna spend that?
Well, that's purchase. I don't foresee that we're gonna do anything with the telephone system right now.
Okay, that's also money to be considered. There's some money on the table here. I think that all of this is because we're meeting virtually. Um, office furniture, Jerry, $600.
Yeah, with again, I don't see us doing any office furniture purchase at this time.
$1366, again, the office equipment, there's a suggestion to buy another air purifier. I suspect that even doing that, there's still gonna be a balance here. Is that correct?
I would bet. I don't recall the price of those air purifiers, but I'm sure it was like less than or on or about $100 or something like that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm sorry, I have to write my notes here. Security equipment, 174, purchase of data processing equipment. That's also gonna stay.
Yeah, I don't see us purchasing any data processing equipment right now.
We gotta start putting our heads together, figuring out how we're gonna spend this money. $502 in subscription, books and subscriptions.
Yeah, the only thing we rent right now is that $38 fee for the city rep
The
for
city,
the chief. Yeah.
uh-huh.
See, originally what happens is when you set up the budget, you spread it around so that it justifies the money with the city, because you don't want to have everything lumped into like 3 or 4 codes.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of this stuff was put into codes that we probably knew we would never use, but there could have been an opportunity where it could have been needed. I mean, the telephone system, it's getting up there in years. We own the system,
Mm-hmm.
so it's something we may want to look at in the future.
Mm-hmm.
However, they were trying to sell us a system that worked off the internet. And my concern with Do It at the time was, right now, if the internet goes down, we have phones. If the phones go down, we have internet. But if you combine it into one system that works off the internet, then what happens when the internet goes down?
Your
And
phone is down.
unfortunately, yeah, no, I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's what I mean. And that was my case with Do It.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and in the last 3 months, I gotta tell you, our internet must have gone down maybe 5 times.
My internet went down today.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's the old
world we're
adage,
living
do you
in.
want to put all your eggs in one basket, you know?
Okay. So that leaves us with having to figure out, actually, it's $384 in telephone equipment.
I mean, I could find out to Do It, because that's, I mean, unfortunately, with stuff like this, you have to go through the agency that oversees the system.
Mm-hmm.
So I could find out if there's any contracts over there, and if, you know, if that's something you want me to look at, I could see if there's any possibilities that this phone system could be upgraded, you know. I mean, the city just signed a new lease for this location, so we're gonna be here for a while.
Okay, so you have, the phones that you have are the old. I mean, I don't know, is there
I'm
an,
sorry?
I'm saying that you have the old system, is there,
Well, one of the phones kicked off a couple of months ago. I had to look for it, and I actually found it on eBay and was able to get a brand new phone that matched our system like one of the existing phones. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money, but you know, if the well runs dry with people that have new ones that have no more use for them or whatnot, then this system would be a problem. But right now, everything's functioning properly.
okay.
What about the security system, Jared? Do that need update?
Uh, that's pretty much okay. We have a contract on that, so it's been behaving itself. We haven't had any problems. We
And you
have
sent it down already?
we have Central Station.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. Office services, 28 cents, rental miscellaneous equipment, that's done. Leasing of equipment, that's done. $100 in local travel and intercity meals. You have a balance of $100, which is everything.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's been used for is travel expenses. But
Mm-hmm,
we haven't really had any travel expenses.
right. Mm-hmm,
I don't submit any requests for reimbursement for use of my car, and of course, we have the city car.
mm-hmm. Okay, 1020 in other general. Which I have a feeling that's also money on the table.
Yes, yes, that's like a holding code.
Yeah, I mean, if we have all of this other money that we haven't spent, um, I'm adding up money that we think we're gonna have to modify.
I mean, the only problem I see is so let's say we said, okay, let's get prices from Do It for a new telephone system.
Uh-huh.
We'd kind of be playing beat the clock because the system would have to be, you know, acquired and installed and paid for before June 30th.
So that has to be like yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, without counting office supplies, it's like, it's $4,481.71 that we have to reallocate. So does anyone have a calculator? Jerry, do you have a calculator? Because I don't want to do this from my end alone without having someone
Yeah,
on
I
another
have one.
end confirming what I'm saying.
I have a calculator.
Okay, awesome. So actually, I think it's even more because I hadn't counted the $82 in printing. So it's more. Boy. Where's the
Well,
82?
also donated the cents because you always have trouble trying to mod the cents. So
Yeah.
just go with the whole numbers.
So, oh, really? I'm doing it all together, and then I round up the total or down. So we're gonna go one by one with these. So I'm not adding the supplies and materials, which is 43.45. And if we do, it's gonna bring it up to like almost $10,000. So that's a lot of money that we have to think about how to spend in 2 months. So $82 in the printing and services, which you think, no, so that's 82, right? $50 for the auto supplies,
Okay,
$100 in auto supplies, okay? 170.64 in data supply.
again, don't include the change.
Oh, you're just doing the big number?
Yeah,
Okay. 115 from telephone equipment, $600 office furniture,
got it.
1366.07. Oh, okay, 1366 office equipment,
Right,
174 purchase
got
of
it.
data processing equipment, 502 books and subscription, 384
Okay,
office services, telephone equipment, I'm sorry, 100 travel expense, 1020 other. What did you get?
4663.
Right. So the 4663, if we add the 43.45 in supplies, which we think we could spend some of that down. So 43.45 and the 4663 is $9,000. That's a significant amount. So we're gonna have to talk about what to do. And unfortunately, we don't have quorum.
How many do we need for quorum?
Oh, I'm sorry, because I don't see the full screen. Is
So,
that you, Del?
Dell, yeah, I'm here. How many do
So,
we need?
I think we need 5. Is that correct,
You
Mary?
need, yes, you need 5, and I see that we have 4 right now.
We have how many?
4.
Yeah.
Julia Foster's in the house, Del Teague, Tommy Torres' name is on screen, and yourself.
Tomorrow I am.
Wow.
Alexa emailed me.
So,
So I'm gonna go with-
any suggestions for the folks that are here? From the folks here? I'm gonna stop sharing. Is that okay?
What do you mean you're gonna start sharing?
I'm gonna stop sharing because we're looking at the reconciliation.
No, talk to you about some things.
Actually, if I
We're gonna
could,
see us.
Maria, with your permission, if I could speak out of necessity,
Absolutely.
one of the things that we really need right now is additional help in the office. So I don't know if it's possible for us to use any of this money to secure an office temp for 2 months.
Well, if there's any way to modify this budget and add that money to personnel,
So a lot of the conversation.
which the
Well,
budget
I
does
got-
not include personnel.
Yeah, it comes out of a separate code for the office temps. I remember we did it that year when Joanna was on maternity leave.
Mm-hmm. Well, if, absolutely.
I mean, I can't,
Someone that has some sort of technical expertise that can help out.
well, a live body would be helpful at this point in
Absolutely.
time. I mean, I can't discuss the because of HIPAA requirements, the situation with
No,
Miss
no,
Wallen.
no, enough
but
said.
Yes, but she is on FMLA leave right now until June 21st.
Well, Jerry, what is the rest of the committee think?
Is the issue that we have money that we have to spend, that we didn't spend everything?
Yep, we have
Yes.
$9,000 in accruals right now, in different areas, from different lines.
Okay, so the first question is we have to find out if we can spend it on personnel, right?
Correct.
Jerry, do you have any idea how much you're talking about for 2 months?
I'm not. It's regulated by the city. It would just be a matter of me contacting OMB and finding out, A, if it could be done,
Right.
and then B, what it'll cost.
So Jerry, let's think about it this way. We'd have to kind of calculate I mean, I don't know what Marie's salary is, right? But we're over
No,
here.
it would have nothing to do with her salary. It's the hiring of an office temp through Do It. So
I
they,
understand.
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand. But, and I'm gonna say why I'm saying that. It's a global problem. A staff shortage right now, staff shortage is a global problem. Organizations, people are having a really difficult time recruiting personnel. And the only way to do it right now is to offer people what is a just salary. I don't know what a just salary is for an office helper, but what is it that you're actually expecting of the person? It's a temp person. What level? What is the level of expectation? Because if you want a person that's highly skilled, that's going to actually come in, hit the ground running, because they're only going to be here for 2 months. If it's going to take 2 months to train them, it defeats the purpose. So you probably want someone that's going to come in at least with some sort of knowledge and skill that requires just becoming acclimated and learning the ins and out of the office. And that's going to cost. That's going to cost. You
Well,
can't
the city,
offer.
it's not like you're hiring somebody from outside as an independent operator. This is a service that the city
Oh,
has.
the temp workers.
Yes, this is a service
Got it.
that the city has engaged so that they pre-scan their people. I mean, the young man that came in, Luis Castiglione, when he came in as an office temp for Joanna when Joanna had her child,
Yes.
I was so impressed with him, with his knowledge and the computer knowledge and everything like that, that I actually found him a job, a permanent job after he left here,
That's
rather than
awesome.
him,
That's great,
rather
Jerry.
than rather than him go back into the job pool with that temporary service.
Mhm.
I got him a job with Tony Argento at Broadway Stages, and Tony's
Oh,
very happy
awesome.
with him. He
Awesome.
was an individual who was in this country from I'm not sure if it was Ecuador, but he was an architect by trade,
Wow.
and he had a lot of knowledge. And I would had we been able to, I would have kept him on. He was a smart guy. So the city again engages this company, so they have people that are ready to rock and roll, so to speak, and hopefully, you know, there's people out there. I know what you're saying with COVID and with everything that's going on in the world with the job market.
It's
It's tough.
extremely hard.
That's why I said I need to have a conversation with OMB, seeing if this program is even still available with the city.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say that if there's opportunity to reallocate this money, these accruals into personnel so that you can hire a temp worker to fill in that void right now, I would say that's the way to go. I don't even understand how you're operating.
It's probably not even into personnel. It'll probably stay in the OTPS because this is the hiring of an outside vendor,
Really?
through the city. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the rest of the committee thinks, but I would definitely think that that's the right
I
move.
think it's worth pursuing at this point.
I agree.
I agree. I
I
agree.
agree. I think it's definitely worth pursuing. I
Mhm.
think this is a real, it's a tragedy, but and it's an emergency.
Okay. So you're going back to OMB to inquire, right?
I'll find out and will report back to the committee.
Absolutely.
Yeah, by tomorrow or late, hopefully by Monday or Tuesday, as soon as I can get an answer from them.
Great.
And I
Do you
gotta
have a
tell
Plan
you,
B? Do we have any other thoughts of Plan B? Has anybody has it come up that you've thought or people have been asking about something else that we might need, just in case?
Well, we just now started looking at the reconciliation and there was a balance of $9,058. Jerry and I went down every single line, came up with that $9,008, but that's because cleaning supplies and stuff like that, that's gonna be zeroed out by the time June comes around. So we're just discussing it right now.
The only other recommendation there was another air
Yeah.
purifier for the office.
Right, thanks, Cialis. Yeah, I'm just saying, in case if they say, no way, you can't use this towards personnel, I'm just wondering, has any other things come up of things that we could have been buying and spending the money on? Just in case we need a Plan B.
We didn't, Del, we didn't arrive at that decision yet. I felt that if it needed to be reallocated, that maybe we should think about something that speaks to a benefit to all. And I mean, community phasing, if we're gonna go back to in-person meetings, maybe asking if it's gonna be back to Swinging 60s, asking Swinging 60s if there's anything that they need now that we are gonna be coming back. If, Jerry explained that the school that Giovanni works at it's going to be at no cost, so it's in kind.
Right.
And so they don't need anything. But Swinging 60s, they operate with DIFTA funding. Sometimes it's a bare bone budget. Maybe they would need to fill in something, maybe cleaning supplies or anything that they would need to have these meetings begin happening again in person.
Do we pay them for our meetings, or is that for free also?
they're free. And originally, we used to pay, and then they discontinued the charge. I have not discussed if there's any fee to come back yet, because I was waiting for, I've had discussions with Jose Leon about use of the space and were they back to full capacity? And I'm told they are back to full capacity now.
I was just thinking if they're not charging us, maybe that would be okay if we, gave them some things that they needed. I don't know if we're allowed to do that, but.
I don't know if we would be
charging us-
allowed to do that. I would feel more comfortable if they, if you wanted to do something for them, that let them charge us a fee rather than us giving them the stuff,
Yeah, I was just wondering if we would be allowed to do that.
So
I think we have to be careful when, if we're looking like, gee, we don't really need all this money for our office.
I think it's just the thing is that COVID has changed everything. Because we're meeting virtually, we're not, the supplies, the printing of paper, that's not happening because you're not having to pass, around all of this paperwork that we used to pass around when we had meetings in person. You don't need to print all of this material now. I mean, it's there, but it's sent via email and you have it readily available to you, on your computer.
Yeah,
So,
we just don't want our budget to be decreased,
no, what we have to do, Del, is reimagine how we spend the money.
Yes. I mean, yes. Even if it means having coffee and tea and food at our meetings, the way
Maybe
some
we
people
should.
do. Maybe we should.
I've been saying this forever. I don't know how community board, I don't want to mention other community boards, but other
know.
community boards provide
think-
food. I don't know how they do it.
I
We
think
were
they
told
have
we couldn't
friends.
have any food.
I think some of them have like a friends of kind of situation, and I think that's where I've been told that's how they get.
I think they're using a line item that we know nothing about to get it.
Oh,
Well,
that's a possibility.
I'm looking at food and forage supplies, and I do know that it's food and forage. These are office supplies, but maybe, just maybe, welcome back. Welcome back. We're back in person. It's a long night. Maybe we have, Doesn't have to be food, maybe just, I mean, I don't know. I can't sleep at night if if I have coffee, but tea, water, um,
Some kind of snack.
cookies,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, and maybe that becomes a regular thing. But when you go back to in person, you're now going back to spending money on printing and paper. Because now you have, or do we continue not printing? Do we need to, you know what I'm saying? It's like now you got to reimagine all of this stuff, which is great.
that's right. We do have to reimagine, or you know, will we need to print out when we go back in person? I don't know why we would if we haven't had to so far during, you know, during the shutdown. I don't know.
Maybe we print less.
Maybe, right.
We
Right.
print less. These are all things that we have to bring to the full board because there may be some really great suggestions that other folks have that they're not able to provide right now because we're such a small group.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. I think we've learned from the past that we can come up with what we think of tonight, and then we'll present it to the full board and give them an opportunity to respond. I think that's what we'd have to do, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
how much of a cost really is it to have, I mean, there's a water fountain at Swinging Sixties. I don't know. But now with COVID and all that stuff, and you know, like having water bottles that everyone takes their own bottle and whatever, they don't have to, I don't know, something to consider.
Yeah.
You gotta think about how you're gonna get it there.
It's delivered.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
delivered. You
Yeah.
order it and it's delivered.
Well, don't forget, prior to COVID, while Phil's the president of Swing Sixties over there, while he decided that there would be no fee, he also put his little concession stand in the hallway where he tried to raise some money for the senior center.
Yeah.
You remember where he had cookies and soda and this and that, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then they stopped. I don't know what happened. I was their biggest patron. I would walk in and go straight there and get a granola bar.
Me too. I bought something even if I didn't want it. I just felt like
Yeah.
I should, like a contribution.
Yeah. I mean, he sat there, all, you know,
Yeah.
so a lot, all things to consider. All things to consider.
So what?
Water, snacks. I'm writing my notes. Sorry. For folks.
And this money has to be used by when? June 20th?
June 30th.
June
June-
30th?
If you make a purchase of something, it has to be delivered in the office before
Before
end
the
of
30th.
before the end of the fiscal year. So
Mhm.
Jerry,
June 30th.
why does it, why
Thursday.
does it have to be delivered in the office?
Because you have to have it in your possession.
Yes. It's a controller's directive. Whatever you purchase has to be delivered on or before the end of the
We need
fiscal
to speak with the new controller.
year.
Seriously, because now you need bodies to get the equipment to the place. It's just antiquated. It's antiquated. It's a very antiquated method where you could just easily have it delivered to the facility. I mean, I'm just venting. So okay. All good thoughts. So, we don't have quorum. We had a great conversation. We are putting things together, thinking about what to present to the full board.
Else came in?
And Jerry, I sincerely hope that the request to OMB to
Goes through.
reallocate the money for the hiring of a temp worker is the way, because I really think that it's probably the best use of the funds and it's the biggest way that, I mean, it's a benefit to the office. So I hope that that's the route.
It would be a big help.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So I hope that they do. And if not, then we got to go to the full board with Plan B. So I think we're good with that, right? We can call this a wrap.
Yeah.
We don't have quorum, but does anybody want to? Yes, Del.
No, it's okay with me. Yeah.
Does anyone want to, motion?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Okay. Well,
Okay, good night, everybody.
thank
Good
you,
night, all. Good
everybody.
seeing
Thank you
you.
thank you for showing up. That's important.
You're welcome.
Okay, take care.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
be safe.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Yeah,
You
too.
also.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Tommy.
Tommy was on a treadmill or something. I don't
Yeah, he was in the gym.